And welcome everyone on this Friday evening. Completely out of my sorts because I usually do a What Now on Mondays and on Wednesdays. But we had to sort it out for today and we just picked a Friday, which is also great because my guest that I have today, Lady Shaynah, musician, songwriter, and singer, has released her EP Puzzled today. So we're definitely going to be talking about that as well. I'm not sure if I even have an audience at this hour on a Friday, but yeah, if you're tuning in or watching this back later, then yeah, thank you for that. As I'm waiting for people to come in here, let me see. Oh, well, there's Shaynah already. Oh, there are people. Friday night. Okay, well, let me just get her in here started, and people will come and follow. Let's see. Let's wait. Here she comes. Hello.
I'm on time.
You always are on time.
When it comes to work, yes, but my friends will tell you otherwise.
So I'm lucky because I work with you, so you're always on time with me. But I'm a friend too, right?
Yeah. I mean, yeah, we're getting there. I mean, I'm calling you in the middle of the night, so I suppose so.
Okay, so I have to tell everyone this is probably the most biased talk that I'll have because I mean, obviously most of my guests are my friends and I have some type of relationship with, but this lady right here, oh my gosh, we have been so much in touch. We've been talking every day, all day, because we're working together. And yeah, so this is going to be a funny talk, I think. So, hey.
I think so,
it
too.
Is what it is.
I mean...
That's what we do. We're just going to make it fun. First of all, congratulations with the release
of
Puzzled.
Thank you. I'm so excited. Thanks.
Yeah, we're going to get to that. We're going to get to that.
Yeah.
We're going to go promote that thing like from here to Tokyo. But yeah,
right.
For the people that don't know you yet, I'm sure my followers that are tuned in have seen all the spam about Lady Shaynah. Let me give me a little bit in short who you are and what you do.
Well, I'm Shaynah. I'm a singer, a songwriter, a musician, mother of a little bunny that's acting up right now. Benjamin, behave. Yeah, yeah, I do a lot of things, but making music is the main thing. And I'm also a vocal coach next to the fact that I'm an artist. So that's basically what I do in a nutshell. And in my free time, I like to take care of plants and draw a little bit. So it's all over the place, but mostly artistic stuff.
Yes. And when she says she does everything, she does everything. Like for me to work with different types of artists, she's been such a heaven to work with because she's so self-sufficient. She knows the business. She understands everything, and she's willing to learn and get other people's opinions, but not influence herself by that, but actually taking it into consideration and make a well-thought decision. I love that.
Thank you. I appreciate that.
Okay, I'll put more feathers in your ass later on. You know, you're actually in Rotterdam, so we're in the same country for those that are tuned in. We are pretty much in a lockdown again. I looked at the roadmap from our government, and technically we're in a lockdown according to that roadmap. How has this pandemic been for you personally and professionally? What has the impact been?
Ups and downs, to be honest. At the beginning of it all, I really thought the world was ending. My life was over. This year was not going to bring me anything good. I was not going to release no music no more. Like, I was thinking of the worst things that was going to happen. But to be honest, it did give me some time to think about things that I usually think about, but not as much. Right. So it put some stuff in perspective for me, and not just business-wise, most of all personally. So I got time to rest, because I usually just go and go and go. But now I actually slept, and I did nothing for a good couple of days, and that felt really good. But yeah, ups and downs, because I felt really depressed at one point. but also people that usually don't really have time to talk to me did now open their door for me. So I got to make more connections, and I think because everybody's feeling a bit weird, especially artists and creative people, creative business people as well, I got to connect with people that I don't think I would be able to connect with that easily if the Wilt was in a normal kind of situation right now.
Yeah.
So yeah, some good things did come from it. And I mean, I ended up releasing music anyway, and now I feel really blessed that my release can still go through, even though we're kind of in a lockdown here in the Netherlands since last Wednesday. So it was a really interesting year, but I think that I still achieved a goal that I set for myself, and that was that no matter what, I want to invest in myself. And with investing, I don't just mean money, but knowledge. I want to meet people that I can learn from. I want to be able to go deeper into the skill set that I have right now and develop that even more.
Right.
And I think I did achieve that goal through everything, and maybe even because of everything.
Right. I've heard a lot more artists say the same thing. There were a couple of artists that actually said that they were expanding their skill set and basically mastering the skills that they have. What is one of the skills that you have picked up since this pandemic that you didn't have before?
I definitely went deeper into producing, because I do, like, I make, thanks for the congratulations. Thank you. Hey, Oliver. Oliver said hello twice, so I need to say hey back, but hey, thanks for joining. But I'm definitely going deeper into producing, because I've been cutting my own demos for a while, and I kind of recorded my own demo vocals, and I play a lot of instruments, so I play most of the instruments myself when I make demos. But I thought, why not just take the next step and try to actually produce a track? So I've been learning a lot about that. I even took a course at one point, and thank you for the compliments. And I'm also learning more of Photoshop. So you have seen it. I created a bit of animations for the artwork of the EP that dropped, and I'm making like my own social media content. So those are two things that I definitely have more time to develop in this period.
Yeah, well, that's good. And you know what? Those are the things that I guess would maximize out the time that we now have. And again, I'm not saying everyone should have picked up a new skill during the pandemic, you know, taking care of yourself first and foremost, but it must feel good if you've done something, you know, during this pandemic that you normally would not have the time for or would have taken the time for. So personally, I know you're a plant lover, but how has your health routine changed, if any? Are you doing different routines now to stay healthy physically and mentally, or is it still the same for you?
It hasn't changed that much. I mean, well, it's mostly up and down anyway, and it didn't really change while in the pandemic. Because in the beginning, I was like on my fitness routine, and my this and my that, and then I have weeks in which I don't do anything. But that is also the case when we're not in the pandemic, so that didn't really change. But sleep, I've definitely had more sleep. That's a major change.
I can actually relate, because I don't necessarily sleep better, but I take my rest consciously, and I sleep consciously. I have my do not disturb from 11 till 8. That doesn't mean I'm not working between those times, but at least the phone is not bothering me. So yeah, that's a good routine. I have to say, because for those who are tuned in or listening later, we've met during this pandemic, sort of.
That is true.
And so we started working during this pandemic. So one of the things that gave my life purpose was running for you to to get your goals accomplished. And I've been doing it with absolute pleasure. So yeah, I'm definitely happy that was something to distract me as well from what's going on in the world. And I'm so proud of what we've accomplished so far together.
Yeah, I mean, it's going quite okay.
Yeah, it's going well. It's going well.
We're doing quite some things, and I'm liking it.
I haven't written down my hours, but it's a lot.
We're going so.
It's all love, and I'm like seriously one of your biggest fans ever since I started knowing your music. and then finding out that you were born from two musicians. Can you tell us a little bit about that? Because normally I ask people, so when did you find yours? When did you feel like your success was there where you could like live off of music? How was that for you being born into a musical family?
Yeah, that's really interesting because people always ask me, like, when did you start singing? When did you start playing? And I honestly can't answer those questions because music was always there.
Right.
Like, both of my parents are professional musicians. My mother is now more in the coaching part of it all. But my dad still lives off of making music, doing concerts, and writing songs. So there were instruments all over the house, and I just started playing stuff, started doing stuff. So it wasn't, it kind of started to feel weird, or I kind of started to notice that this was something special when I went to high school and I saw that people around me weren't putting their sorrows and emotions into songs to deal with them. And I was like, oh, so you don't play, oh, so you're not on stage every weekend? Oh, okay. So that is when it started to dawn on me that I was doing something out of the ordinary.
Right. Which was pretty normal coming.
Yeah, I mean, my parents did it and their parents did it as well. So that was our normal.
So your grandparents were also doing music?
Yeah. Wow. Yeah, from both sides. Yeah.
Well, I guess you're going to have to teach Benjamin to hop on the piano or something.
Benjamin is already doing that. Benjamin is sending emails. Benjamin is sitting on my lap, jumping on everything that he can reach. So.
He has typed to me before on WhatsApp.
He has, yes. Yes, he's definitely a curious little animal.
So when you figured out that it was kind of not normal for the rest of the world, when was it for you that you really made the conscious decision to make this well, not just part of your life, but also part of your career and you know, your business? Yeah,
that was quite late, if I put it in perspective, because I think my first time like on a real stage with a real audience was when I was about 7 or 8 years old. But I only decided, no, that's not what my, actually, when I started to make the decision that I was going to do this, that was when I was 18 or 19 years old. That was like 10, 11 years after that.
Okay.
And that was not easy. No, like, you would think that coming from a family that makes music for a living, it wouldn't be weird to just say like, Mom, I want to be a musician. But my mom opposed to the idea at first. Right. Yeah, so that was pretty interesting. We got into some serious stuff because I was like, nah, Mom, this is what I'm gonna do. But eventually, I mean, of course she understands, and she only said it because she wanted to protect me from the big bad business world. But because I also said I'm gonna study music, I'm gonna get a bachelor's degree, and I can teach when I have my degree and everything. And then that's when she was like, okay, so you're not gonna starve. That's okay, cool.
Right, yeah. Right. So, do you feel like you had extra pressure in actually making it as a musician because your parents were successful in the industry? Yes, definitely. Yeah. Because I'm sure more people that come out of a family with parents with 9 to 5, so to speak, that are becoming artists, they will probably have the same resistance as in do something like normal. Yeah. But there's less pressure in making it because you don't get compared to your parents, or you don't compare yourself with your parents. Yep. You had that? That, definitely. So we're from the Caribbean, and where my mom is from, well, my whole family is pretty well known in that country. So me coming from that family, people already expect me to be a musician. Yeah, Suriname. Yeah. I've also lived there for a while, did a few gigs. I'm pretty known over there. So even till this day, if I walk down the street there are going to be people asking me for pictures and those. It's crazy when that happens. So there was definitely pressure because they expect you to be good at everything when it comes to music because you're from that family. Yeah. And also my parents, I mean, they know how the music works. If I write a song, they're going to be the first one to tell me like, yo, that line sucks. Yeah. The way you sing that, not right, that's not it. So there's definitely pressure. Yeah. Definitely. Well, the reason I ask that is because I want people to understand that even though you come from a musical family and they have that network, it doesn't necessarily mean it's easier because you still have to fight for your space and your place in that industry and prove that you're not writing off of your family's name or their
That is true.
success.
And I think that was not even the case with me when it comes to network and stuff, because my music is totally different from my parents' music. I'm not even in the same genre. So yeah, it was for me that I had to be like, okay, that good that you're referring me to this producer, but that producer worked on your album and he's amazing for what you want to do, but it's not what I'm trying to do. So that's not gonna work for me. And that's having that conversation with your mom is hard because she's only trying to help you. She's only trying to set you up with the good people, but those were not the good people for me and what I wanted to do. So I've often felt misunderstood, even by my parents who do the same thing as I do.
Because you wanted to pave your own way with your own genre, your own talent and way of making music. How did I feel now that you've actually released your own music and now your EP today? For those who are tuned in, her EP is out today. How did I feel about you, especially your mom wanting to help you and not being able to give you her network, and you were like, I want to do it on my own? How has the response from your parents been?
Hella proud.
Oh, that's good.
Definitely. Yeah, hella proud. Like every little win I have, every little step I take, every little connection that I make, of course they understand how important it is when I'm like, yo, I met this person and he's the producer of that and that. They're going to be as excited because they know how it feels and they know what it means. And they're still really proud of everything I do. And my dad, the man still cries at every live concert that he comes. Like he has seen me perform multiple times, but he's still crying every performance because he's so proud.
Great.
So yeah,
that is amazing.
My mom as well. She couldn't be prouder.
So I wanna make sure that people that are tuned in and watching know that your parents do not live in the same country as you. You're in the Netherlands.
No, they don't.
Your mom is in Suriname.
Yeah, and my dad is in Spain, actually.
So for those who are now getting to know Lady Shaynah, she's been doing this on her own in a different country, away from her family. Me asking the question about her parents is because obviously she communicates with them, but they're not physically here to support that.
That's true. Yeah.
So I think, first of all, when I just met you and I knew this story, I have nothing but respect for you because you're still pretty young, and for you being so independent, doing your music, living off your passion. To me, that's really being a role model for whoever is trying to do music and want to make that their business and their work and their life, really. Yeah. Thank
you. I mean, if you want to do something, you got to go for it.
Yeah, you definitely have that mentality.
You got it. Yeah. No other choice.
Well, you have to have a little bit of talent too, but yeah, I think you have a lot. So you also play a bunch of instruments, and I remember the first time I saw you perform solo in person, you were playing everything. I'm like, this lady does not need a backup singer or vocalist. She's playing everything, doing her own loops and ad-libs, and I'm just looking at you while you're playing the piano or the keyboard, and I'm just looking at you like, what the hell? Like, you got like 10 types of talents where the other person got none. Like, God didn't spread it out much.
Yeah, I mean, I'm a nerd, first of all. I like to learn new things. So with the looping, I love technology. I love like software and all those kind of things. I still think I don't know enough about it, but when I saw the option to be able to loop your own voice, I was like, okay, I want to try that. And then I don't have to pay backing vocalists. Right. Awesome, win-win. But I mean, I have so much freedom if I can do it by myself. I can change things in the moment, and I love that part. So nothing is ever set in stone with me. My band knows that as well. If I play and I feel like doing this twice, or if I feel like going to a completely different chord, I need to be able to do that. Right. So that's why I started to do most things myself, so I could like I get a bit experience with that and just allow myself to be creative in the moment. Right. And now I have some musicians around me that understand that about me, that understand my little cues and just feel where I'm trying to go without me having to say it. So I can still keep that part.
Having that band, if you do have to have other musicians involved and not do it yourself, they should definitely know how you do that. What instruments do you all play well enough, in your opinion?
Well, I sing. That's like my main instrument, my voice. I play piano, just keyboard, synthesizers, name them, the whole 9 yards. I play bass and guitar, and I also play drums.
So
Yeah.
that's
I
that's a lot.
still want to learn how to play the flute because I can get sound out of it, but I have no idea what I'm doing.
I
So
actually played
that's something
flute
that
when I was young, but I don't know how to do it.
nice.
So do you feel like you're a little bit of a control freak? Does it have a lot to do with having things your way? And if this person isn't going to do it the way I want to do it, I want to do it my way and learn it.
Yes.
Do you have
Definitely.
problems with letting go? If you blow up and you need to put your band together and you need to give people their task, do you feel like you have a problem with letting go, or are you learning?
Not necessarily. I think the thing is that I am a perfectionist, and most of the time I know exactly what I want. Like if I'm writing a song, I know in my head what I want the final thing to sound like. If I'm going to do a performance, I know I have an idea of what I want it to be. So yeah, in that sense, I can be a bit of a control freak because that picture, you need to get that picture.
Right. It has to be perfect that the way you have it in your
yeah,
head.
and of course I know we're still human. I'm human. I'm gonna make mistakes. I make mistakes at every performance that I do, and I'm not hard on myself when it comes to that because I've accepted that that is just part of me being human, and there's beauty in that.
Right.
But letting go, I'm learning how to do that, but I have noticed that I don't have a problem letting go if I am secure in the person that is going to do the thing. So if I know that I'm performing with my band, for example, we've had rehearsals, I know everybody knows their part, I can let that part go. I know, like, okay, I'm just going to do my part, and I'm also going to give them the freedom to put like their own energy, their own creativity into the music. And they know, because sometimes my keyboard player plays completely different chords while we're playing the song, and he does it in a different way than what we rehearsed. But he knows that I allowed that, and he knows within which margins he can.
How you would like it.
So I don't necessarily have a problem letting go, but I do need to know that when I let something go, when I give somebody else a task to do, I do need to be secure in the fact that they're going to do it and they're going to do it well.
That's really good. Because
so that part is important to me.
No, but obviously, because, you know, in all the talks that I've had with different industry people and artists, we always talk about how important it is to have a team. You know, your team is everything.
Definitely.
You can't just bring your friends along just because they're your friends, because not everybody can do the task that they need to do, and then it, you know, messes up relationships.
Definitely, I agree.
Careers. So that is definitely one of the things that weren't necessarily addressed, but letting things go, especially being so independent, is a big deal. And when you do it, you have to make sure that that person is doing exactly what you want them to do, or that they at least understand your vision. So if they would do it different, it would still be within your vision. Yeah.
And I mean, there's still stuff for me to learn in between, because one big thing that I still have to pay attention to is the way I communicate, because it's so clear in my head. I sometimes, okay, and then you have to do this, and you have to do this, and do this, and do that, and then I'll give you a whole plan with steps on what you should do. But I also need to learn that, okay, if I'm asking a manager to do something for me, I know exactly what a manager is supposed to do, but the manager should also know what a manager is supposed to do. So just be able to, like, okay, I expect this and this and this, but your expertise, you can put it on me. If you have ideas, let me know, and I'll adjust if your idea is better than mine.
Right.
You still have to convince me that it's better, but if it is, I will let that part go too. So that's the part where I'm still learning shit like that.
Well, I have to say, you know, obviously we have that relationship, but it's a very, and I've addressed this as well in other talks, and I do this in my master classes about, you know, having a manager is a very intimate relationship. You have to be very transparent, and you have to be open as a manager to know what the vision of the artist is. Not necessarily have your own vision, but have the vision of the artist and find the ways and the opportunities to fulfill that vision in the best way possible, in the most efficient way possible, where you can add your outside expertise in that vision. But that takes a lot of getting to know each other, especially if you don't know each other beforehand. And that's basically what we've been doing these 6 months. Like even yesterday I asked you, oh, I'm sorry, I just did this and this, and I just took the liberty to not, you know, ask you about it. And you were like, oh, well, I would have done the same thing. So that gave me confirmation that I'm getting to know you, and I get to know you well, because I can think I know you, but I have to really know you before I can make decisions.
That's the truth. Yeah, definitely.
So
definitely.
But it's a process. So for those who are tuned in, if you're an artist or if you're aspiring manager or a manager, that is something that you can't just do right away. You can't just be like, oh, if there's an artist and they're successful, I want to work with them. It really doesn't work like that, especially not if you work with passionate artists, not artists that just want to get the bag. Because it's somebody's livelihood, their dream, their passion, it's their everything. You can't just
that is it. But also from my perspective, we're talking about managers right now, but in general, I can't work with people that I don't like as people.
Right. Yeah.
So that's the thing of mine. I mean, I could like do a job with somebody that I wouldn't be friends with. I can just do the job, walk away, and it's okay. But when it comes to my career, when it comes to my artistry, I'm not able to do that. I need to be able to chill with you. Like, we don't have to. We can keep that business relationship going. We don't have to be friends. But I should at least be able to, you know, if there's a sound check and we have 2 hours of waiting till the show starts, I need to be able to pass those hours comfortably with you in the same room. I should not hate you or not like the way you see the world or something like that. That can cause serious problems, because I need to be able to be open with you as an artist. I need to be able to be vulnerable with you as an artist. So for me, it goes to all sides of my team, all sides of the business.
Yeah, of course, especially when you're talking about touring. You're going to be cramped up with each other for however long. I mean, you can't just be with a person that just does the job. No, that's going to get irritations, frustrations, annoyments, and that's going to impact the tour and the performance and just the overall vibe of the whole traveling together.
People underestimate that part.
I used to stressful.
That nobody liked. The person was so negative. Like, the whole band felt like this is not okay. And I think we were at a festival, but we had to perform last, like at midnight or 1 a.m. or something, but we were supposed to do the sound check first then, because then they do like but it was quite far away from where everybody lived, so we decided to just stay in that same city and just chill with each other for like 6 or 7 hours. Those 7 hours were the worst, and I was so happy when the performance was over. Like, it was right then and there that I said, like, okay, never again. Never again.
It's a learning process. And you know what?
Yeah.
You can't always know unless it's people that you've worked with for forever. But if you get a new band member or a team member and they seem cool at first, to be honest, you and I have never traveled together. So we don't even know how we are going to be when we're traveling together. I mean,
that is true.
You know, we can be cool now, but maybe we get on each other's nerves. And even that is okay, getting on each other's nerves. That's normal, but it shouldn't be a negative vibe. Everybody, the team should have the same goal, like, you know, the performance and the whatever's going on.
Exactly.
Yeah.
As long as if I can be like, yo, I'm not feeling this right now, I'm just going to go into my room for an hour and chill. As long as that is okay, as long as everybody can communicate.
Right. Understand.
Yeah. And we're all the way good.
Yeah, but you know what? I mean, especially me, I'm in an age where even with my partner or my able to say, hey man, I'll see you later. Cause I can't, you know, I need my space alone. And I say this as I've been alone in my house for 2 weeks, 3 weeks now, haven't pretty much seen anyone. So yeah, at this point I'm like, somebody come see me.
Yeah, I feel it.
I'll see you tomorrow. I'll see some people tomorrow. I'll have some human interaction and I'll be very happy with it. So, and I know Curtis is in here. Again, happy birthday, Curtis. Curtis, great songwriter. Happy birthday. And, so I know he's probably had his share of experience with working with certain people and what works and what doesn't work. And you definitely would have met Curtis if there was no pandemic. So I definitely would have put you guys together. He's also the one that got me in touch with Charlie Vox, and you and Charlie are now in communication. So that's all thanks to Curtis.
Yeah, thanks.
Yeah.
Oh wait, I see. That was saying that. Wait, I saw the same thing. So I'm just gonna take 2 seconds and go off of this Wi-Fi. I'll be back.
Yeah. Okay. So we're gonna test if she can get off the Wi-Fi and see if that's better. Is it both of our connections? Whoever is looking, I know Daryl, you said something. Oliver said something. Let me know if it's both of our connections or one of us. There you go.
Okay, I'm back. Let's see if this works any better from my end.
All right, so I was going to go into, we were talking about having good relations and having a good team. Oh, it was both. Oh, okay. Now he says, okay, well, let's try again. So what for you, you've been doing this music thing for, well, you said you were 18, so a bunch of years now. Professionally, what for you has been your biggest quote unquote mistake that turned out to be your biggest lesson in this business, in this industry?
I think my first EP, and not the EP itself, but I had just competed in a competition. Obviously, we won the competition, but I think, wait, it was in December that we won, and I put the band together for that performance. Like, we were not an existing band yet. I had just written a few songs. I, by accident, got into the finals of the competition, needed a band, put it together a month before the show. We had, I think, 1 or 2 rehearsals. We did the show, and we won. I didn't expect that to happen. I just wanted to have a bit of stage experience. I think I was back in the Netherlands for only like 4 or 5 months after having lived in Suriname for 7 years. So it all happened fast. And because of winning that competition, I was the musical ambassador of my city for a year, and we had to release an EP. EP had to come out in June, the year after. And mind you, we won in December. Like, I had some tunes lying around, but I didn't have an EP ready. So we did the writing, the recording, the producing, the mixing, the mastering, the promotion, organizing a concert, a release show, all of that with a new band and people that I had never met before in just 6 months.
Wow.
Of course, if you have like a deadline like that in your neck, you make some decisions that you might not have made if you had the time.
Yeah.
I'm still proud of what we put together, especially considering the time that we had. It's still of really good quality. I still took it off of the internet because it's not Lady Shaynah as I am today. It's a totally different part of it that I'm still proud of. But I wouldn't, if I would have won that competition again, I would have done everything differently.
But again, that's what you know now. So
exactly, I'm grateful for the lesson. Definitely grateful for the lesson, because now I know what I like when it comes to how to work, how to record. Even I know what kind of people I want to work with, and I now know how important it is to have a certain sound in my mind for what I want for the product. Because in the end, that's what it is.
Yeah,
this was a good place when it comes to that.
I want to go into that. I wasn't going to go into it yet, but it's a nice little bridge to what I was going to ask you about, or what I was going to say, because you talk about a sound. You now know what sound you want, how you want it. So again, I'm going to refer back to the first time we got to know each other, and you showed me the project that's out today, the first EP of the trilogy. Puzzled, it's called, the first EP. So what happened is she showed me, well, she let me hear the demos, the songs, and then she also had this document that described the idea and the sounds of all 3 EPs. Now, in my entire career of working with artists, I have never ever met a person, an artist before that could, first of all, describe the sound that detailed, but then also listening to the songs actually capture that sound. Like, for me, up until this day, that will forever be something that will be stuck in my mind as one of the, I guess, the highlights of my career, because it was so on point, and I didn't know you that well. And so for me, it was like, wow, okay, this is a very intelligent young lady that knows exactly what sound she wants to put out, and then creates that exact sound. And
Yep.
it just blew my mind. And for those that are now like, oh, what is the sound? What is the sound? What is the sound of your now freshly released EP, Puzzled?
R&B. First of all, the whole EP is R&B. Lady Shaynah is R&B, and I think what I will be making in the next years will still be R&B. But as you said, Puzzled is a part of a trilogy, so it's 3 EPs, and it's one big story. But the first part of the story is puzzled, you're confused, you don't know what is happening. In my case, it was right after a lot of things changed in my life. I went through what I thought was the worst breakup manhood was ever going to go through. I thought I was dying and I would never find love again. Right. All the dramatics.
Right.
But also, yeah. So that is like when that had just happened, you're like, okay, I don't know if I should be mad or sad or what I should feel right now. So that's where Puzzle came from. And sound-wise, it is more of the trappy, urban-y part of R&B.
Right.
So I really wanted it that way because I feel like that part of music, that part of R&B really fits the emotion that I was in. Right. And it also kind of came out that way. So I decided to try and keep it as consistent as possible on that part of the EP.
Yeah. And I think you captured it well. So as you said, the first EP, Puzzled, out today now. People stream and listen. That is part of a trilogy, which is an entire story, which is called Chapter 22. Now I'm pretty privileged because I have heard the second EP and the pretty much the third EP as well. Now, as much as I love all your songs, my favorites are definitely on the second EP.
I get that.
Yes.
And I might even know why.
And you know why. Tell me why, girl. Tell me why.
Yeah.
What are the sounds of the second EP?
Well, the second EP is called Wasted. And story-wise, it is right after you've gone through the first hurt of losing somebody, a relationship, but there was different stuff that also ended in that period of my life. So it's not just about heartbreak and love and stuff. So Wasted is more like, okay, shit happens. We're just going to go back out there. We're just going to have some fun and not think about where we want stuff to go, not think about what role I want people that I meet to have in my life. We're just, these people speak of a hoe phase. Let's see if I can have a hoe phase. Turned out, no, I'm not that. But you hear that in more of a funky sound, lots of synthesizers. And for the people that love 90s R&B, like the old school R&B, the TLCs, the Salt and Peppers, you're going to love the second EP.
The Music Soul Childs. Oh my God. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. That's how that turns
out. So let me just address to the people that I don't like it because of the hoe phase and the hoe end. I like it because of the 90s vibe that I got from it. Yeah.
But that's awesome. If you listen to my music, I mean, if you want to listen to the lyrics, go ahead, feel them and relate to them. But if you don't want to listen to the lyrics and just want to have fun, bump your head, stomp your feet, dance, that's also possible with the music. I'm not going to tell you what to do with my music. Please just what you feel when you hear it.
Yeah, you've always said that. Yeah, I thought that was pretty beautiful because it's open to interpretation. You have a message about or your story that you tell, but everybody can take their own interpretation and apply it to their situation in their life. But I think your story is absolutely amazing as well, and how you put that in songwriting. I don't know if Curtis is still in here, but I think he would be, well, he loves the EP, so I think he would be definitely happy to work
Thanks,
with you at
Curtis.
some point. Yeah, so okay, I don't want to go into the too much of the second and the third EP. What I do want to ask you is, so Puzzle is out today. There's 4 songs on there. 2 of them were already out, but you've also released a single, you know, simultaneously with the EP. The single's called Fly. Can you tell me a little bit about Fly?
Fly has an interesting story to it. 'Cause I wrote Fly while I was actually flying. And it was around the time when I'm trying to think of how to put this in a short version.
I just had to cut the story from 1,200 words to.
I mean, yes, but well, in short, I was following this producer on Instagram for a while. Nosa Apolo is his name. He is not in short, but amazing. He's great. So I had been following him for a long time, but I didn't really want to like reach out to him and see if he wanted to work. I was not on that point yet. I was just admiring him from afar until one day I saw him working with a friend of mine that had just moved to London. And I thought, well, if you're working with her, you're a bit closer to me. So let me just put on my big girl pants and reach out to him. So I did. And fortunately, he replied and he was open to working with different people. So I decided to just go to London. I had never gone to London before. It was my first solo trip to a different country because I travel a lot, but usually when I get to a place, I have people there that I know. But I didn't know anybody there. And I was kind of scared because I was like, I'm going to meet somebody that I've met on Instagram. I don't know what he's like.
Girl, we've done that.
I don't know. So, but I still decided to go. And I also was feeling a bit stuck writing and like in my personal life. And I was like, okay, let's just do something completely different. And maybe that will open doors for me. And as I was in the airplane, I kind of felt this, I can't explain it. I guess it's a spiritual thing, but I felt this energy that I was doing the right thing and me just doing something for the first time and doing it alone, especially, was going to bring me something good. So I started to write a poem. I write a lot of poetry and stories and all those kind of things in general. And I remember looking outside, I saw the clouds moving past me, and I kind of imagined that I was going to do that I was the airplane that was taking off into somewhere that I had never been before, and I did not exactly know what to expect, but it was going to be something positive.
Great, yeah.
So that's how Fly was born in the airplane, actually the poem version of it. And when I got to the studio, Nosa was the chillest dude ever. We clicked instantly. We had a lot of similar things that we liked and stuff. And we created the song in like 2 or 3 hours.
So you just flew back the same day? No, I'm kidding.
I didn't. I stayed for a week to explore the new country.
Right.
But that's how Fly was born.
Right.
And also, what I say in the song is exactly how I felt at that moment.
Yeah.
And to put a bit of my own lyrics, into the morning sun, over the sleepy clouds, to a new horizon, I will fly.
Right.
Let's go. Just go. I'll see whatever happens, but we're just going to start flying since we found these wings anyway.
Right, exactly.
That's all it's about. And also how it kind of came to be.
I love it. There's also going to be a video out for it that we shot in the middle of a storm.
Yes, we were almost literally flying on that day.
We were all flying, indeed. The video will be out in 2 weeks. And I saw Daryl saying that he loves how you sing when you think. And I have to say, she does that a lot. She does that a lot. And what she does when she does that, when I'm on the phone with her, she gets me doing the same thing, but I can't sing. So.
But that's the thing. People mirror each other.
Yeah.
I don't even think about the fact that I do it, but I make a lot of weird noises. And the people that are around me often start making those same noises. And I'm
I do the singing too, and I don't even notice it, but I also don't care because that's just how, how we communicate at this point.
Just do it. Express yourself. I don't care if you can't sing, make noise.
Right, yep. And hey, if you can't stand the noise, then you don't sing to me, then I won't sing to you.
See, as I was saying, that keeps it fresh.
Right, yeah, exactly. So I'm going to ask you to, because you got your piano there, and I don't know if you got your set up, but I'm going to ask you to do Fly for us live.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Oh, I can do that.
I know, but I know Daryl would love it. Daryl is a great musician as well, and I think I told you about him. He plays the piano too. So, just do, even if you do the first verse and the hook or whatever you want to do.
I don't have my back to you, so I'm gonna try to kind of, yeah. Let's see.
This is the new single, people. Lady Shaynah live. This is my only artist that ever done this live, so that's a premiere for everyone. She's going to perform her new single live from the just released EP Puzzle. Take it away.
There we go. Into the morning sun, over the sleepy clouds, to a new horizon, I'll fly into my shining hour, yet on discovered towns, towards completion of my puzzle, I'll rise. The sun mirrors itself in the shimmer of dewdrops resting on my wings. My wings. I brush the sleep out of my eyes, curious at what this lovely day brings. Yeah. It brings, yeah. My wheels are ready to roar to maximum speed of light. Buckled up in command, I get ready to take flight into the morning sun, over the sleepy clouds, to a new horizon, I'll fly into my shining hour, yellow discovered towns, till completion of my puzzle, I will rise. The runway stretches until I before my eyes as I look back once more. Once more, brush the sleep out of my eyes and go right into the eye of the storm. The storm, my wheels are ready to roar to maximum speed of light. In the command, I got ready to take flight into the morning sun, over the sleepy clouds, to the horizon, yeah, I'll fly into my shining hour, yeah, the silver tools, until it's completion of my puzzle, I will rise into the morning sun, yeah. Over the sleepy clouds, yeah, to the horizon, I'll fly to my shining hour, get on the sky with someday, until it's completion of my puzzle, I will rise. It's into the morning sun, yeah, it's over the sleepy clouds, yeah, to a new horizon, I'll fly, yeah, to my shining hour. Yet on the discovered town day, towards completion of my puzzle, I'll rise.
Yay! Now, you didn't see it, but I was doing the ad-libs,
Yes!
and I was doing the little movements. I have to say that the choreography that your cousin taught us for the video is completely stuck in my head. So every time I hear the song, I see us doing the dances. So that was so funny.
So that's a good sign.
Yeah, that was really, really funny. Thank you for doing that.
No problem.
As I'm looking at the time, we have about 10 minutes left.
Oh, cool.
People, you guys got a little preview of the big EP release show tomorrow. So, of
Yes.
course, I can't let this live go past without promoting it. If you like what you see, please join the concert tomorrow. It's a digital concert.
Please do. Yeah.
Tune into the live stream through sidedooraccess.com. It's probably, is it still in your bio? Maybe
Yeah, I
not.
got the link to it in my bio, so you can get tickets. It's
Yeah.
not limited to any country. As long as you got an internet connection, you can be there.
Yeah. Okay. Well, sorry, Daryl, you're gonna have to like tune back in and watch it when it's up here. But yeah, so there's actually going to be a concert with a band, live band on a stage in a venue, a pop venue. So
Happy.
Yeah. So visually for people that are stuck in the house during lockdown, don't want to go outside because of COVID, or are still scared of the elections and stuff in the States. Feel free to tune in tomorrow. It will be 2 p.m. Eastern time for the US. It'll be 8 p.m. Central European time. And so if you can support and if you feel like seeing an actual concert, then yeah, definitely do so and spread the word.
Yeah, I talked about the first EP, right? And I saw Natifa write that EP had some gems on it and even named a few titles off the EP. I'm actually going to play those exact songs that you named as well.
Oh,
So
awesome.
for people that have been following me for a longer time, you'll probably recognize some tunes from the first EP that are nowhere on the internet anymore. So I'm not going to keep just the new stuff. Gonna dust some other tunes off and play those too.
Right. Yeah, so it's going to be I think a full hour, maybe 40 minutes, hour. So yeah, it's an hour with the band. She's going to have an amazing visual aspect to it. So I definitely encourage everyone to tune in on their Saturday night or afternoon if you have nothing to do and you're in the house. Okay, going back to you. What is something that you want to, other than promoting your new stuff, what is something that you want to give out as advice for people, you know, being all stuck in this world situation, dealing with mental issues or, you know, not seeing their loved ones? What, as a musician, other than you giving out music that makes people happy, what is an advice that you give to people in general?
Ooh. That's difficult because I usually try not to give people advice because I'm very aware of the fact that everybody has their own path to go.
What is your own advice that you follow?
But
it doesn't have to be for others. What do you do for yourself?
For myself, first of all, patience. Patience is the name of your label, but also a virtue. Like seriously, people say that all the time, but I have really seen the value of being patient in these past few months. And to keep learning, keep developing myself. Yeah. I think those were the biggest thing in this whole year, actually, now that I think about it. To stay ready, to stay on top of my game, like be the best vocalist I can be the best a musician I can be the best songwriter I can be, and the things that I need to take me to the next step. If I got that part that is within my control, if I got that part done, if I get that down, the things that are outside of my control will gravitate towards me. Right. So patience in combination with not just sitting back and waiting, but actually taking the actions that you can take and trusting that the universe will conspire in your favor. Yeah, that's beautiful. And I do have to add to that. I completely agree with that. Like you said, patience is a deliberate name that I chose for my label, because I do know in this industry, a lot of artists are like, I want it today, now, yesterday. I release a song, it has to have 1 million streams tomorrow. And if it doesn't work, it's, oh my God, it's a flop. No, patience definitely is a virtue. And all good things come to those who wait and put in the work. And put in the work. Like you said, not just wait, but not sit back, because then it's not going to come to you. You need to attract it. Exactly. And then also on a personal level, I know that you've told me, I'm not going to say it
in this live, but you told me that you were also aware of certain things personally that you are working on. And I think you're doing an excellent job, because progressing as a person is something that everyone can do, no matter your profession or your passion. So that's something that I definitely commend you for as well. It's an absolute pleasure, again, working with you. I couldn't have wished for a better partner in crime in this business. I'm very happy that you wanted to do this live. Obviously, it had all kinds of ulterior motives, but that's okay. I think it still was a very interesting conversation with a lot of information for artists, but also just in general in life. And I do have to give a big shout out to Claudio, who just got in here, who is one of our side door partners that
the master
help us with the live stream tomorrow. So yeah,
it's so nice to have this man on board. He is working hard to make things happen for us tomorrow. So thank you so much, Claudio. I've said it, but I'll say it again.
Yeah, a little love for Side Door. If you're an artist and you want to do live stream shows, please hit up sidedooraccess.com, and you can find all the information to do live streams with their help. You can do it from your living room as well, but we chose a venue for the actual appeal of the concert.
We did.
So yeah, thank you so much again.
Thanks for having me.
And I hope everyone joins in tomorrow for the show. I'll talk to you later. Thank you.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
Okay, so people, this was Lady Shaynah. Of course, big ulterior motive. She is my artist, and I love working with her. Tomorrow, there's a live concert from her straight into your living room if you tune in through sidedooraccess.com. You can find it on her Instagram. Thank you so much, everyone, for tuning in. I hope everyone is safe and healthy. I'll be back on Monday with a special guest, and I have a bunch of great guests lined up for this month, for the rest of this month. I appreciate everybody. I appreciate your support, and I hope to see you guys soon. Bye.